This is the first video in a series of videos on sum and difference of two angles. To prove the relationships, we're going to use the unit circle that you first came across in 2 unit. If you recall, in the unit circle, the x-axis can also be referred to as cos of the angle. That's the angle made between the vector and the x-axis. And the y-axis can also be referred to as sine of the angle. And recalling that it's a unit circle, so we have a radius of 1, and the length of this line is 1 because it's the radius. This is also the radius, has a length of 1. Okay, we're going to look at two angles and we're going to look at the difference between them. So I'm looking at the angle going from the x-axis to the second vector here, and from the x-axis to the first vector here. So if I call the larger angle A and the smaller angle B, the coordinate of this point, x would be cos B and y would be sine B. And the same way on this side, we're going to have cos A sine A for the x and y coordinate. Okay, the result that I'm after is the angle here, and that angle is A minus B. So if I look at the big triangle, I have an angle A minus B in the middle, and then I have a triangle. I have two of the sides, 1, 1, and let's call the third side D. So I can work at D using the cos rule, or I can work at D using the distance formula. So we're going to do those two and equate them. Let's start with the distance formula. D squared, just a reminder, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, all squared. So substituting in, going to go cos A minus cos B squared plus sine A minus sine B squared. Going to expand those. That gets me cos squared A right. Now if you have a close look, here I have cos squared A plus sine squared A, cos squared B plus sine squared B. Hopefully you remember cos squared plus sine squared is 1. So that's 1 plus 1. Take a factor of negative 2 out, and I'm left with cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Okay, so D squared ends up equaling 2 minus 2 cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Now let's go back and do the same problem again of finding D, but this time I am going to apply the cosine rule. Let me write that down. Okay, so by the cosine rule, D squared is going to be 1 squared plus 1 squared minus 2 times 1 times 1 times cos A minus B. So that's equal to 2 minus 2 cos A minus B. Okay, so I have an equation for d squared from the cosine rule, and I have an equation for d squared from the distance formula. Here's one equation, here's the other one. Equating 1 and 2, results in 2 minus 2 cos A minus B equaling 2 minus 2 cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Take away 2 from both sides, multiply both sides by negative 2, and I end up with the relationship I'm after, which is cos A minus B equals cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. The next video will show the relationship for cos A plus B.